Good day, everyone. I'm Maria Catherine L. Ramirez of Group 3 from Bitolet 2A. Today, I'm going to discuss the Hilda Tabas model. First, let me introduce to you all who is Hilda Taba. Hilda Taba is a Estonian-born American educator who is considered one of the most significant contributors to the fields of intergroup education and curriculum design. She also studied with the philosopher John Dewey, whose thought was influential in her later work. Hilda Taba became a teacher of German in 1933 at the Dalton School in New York City. The Dalton School was at the time involved in the 8-year study, an investigation into alternative curricula, and new practices in areas such as student testing and teacher development. Hilda Taba's participation brought her together with the study research director Ralph Tyler, who hired her as part of his research team at Ohio State University. In 1939, she became the director of the Curriculum Laboratory at the University of Chicago, which she headed until 1945. Hilda Taba subsequently initiated, designed, and directed several research programs aimed at intergroup education, an educational program that drew extensively on concepts from cognitive and social psychology to increase understanding and tolerance between pupils from different ethnic and cultural backgrounds. Now let's proceed to Hilda Taba's model. Hilda Taba's model follows an inductive approach. In this regard, curriculum worker starts with the specific and build up to a general design as opposed to the more traditional deductive approach, starting with the general design, working down to the specifics. According to Chandeshwari, Hilda Taba's model is used to enhance the thinking skills of students. She believed that teachers are aware of the students' need. Hence, they should create a specific teaching learning situation for their students. They should adopt an inductive approach to the teaching from specific to general rather than the traditional deductive approach. Hilda Taba promotes the down-top model or grassroots approach. Hilda Taba argued that curriculum development should follow a sequential and logical process, and she suggested for more information input in all phases of curriculum development. She also claimed that all curricula are composed of fundamental elements. The main idea of this model is that students are the forefront to the curriculum. She believed that there must be a process for evaluating student achievements of content after the content standards have been established and implemented. The main concept of this model is that teacher must be involved in the curriculum development. Here are the steps of Taba's model. The first step is diagnosis of learner's need. The teacher, who is also the curriculum designer, starts the process by identifying the needs of the student for whom curriculum is to be planned. For example, majority of students are unable to think critically. The second step is formulation of objectives. After the teacher has identified the needs of learner that require attention, he or she specifies the objectives by which need will be fulfilled. The third step is selection of content. The objective selected or created suggests the subject matter or content of the curriculum. Not only objectives and content should match, but also the validity and significance of the chosen contents need to be determined. The fourth step is organization of content. A teacher cannot just select content but must organize it in a particular sequence taking into consideration the maturity of learners, their academic achievements, and their interest. The fifth step is selection of learning experiences. Content must be presented to a student and they must be engaged with the content. At this point, teachers should select appropriate instructional methodology that will involve the students with the content. The sixth step is organization of learning activities. The learning activities be organized in a sequence depending both on content sequence and learner characteristic. The teacher needs to keep in mind the student he or she will be teaching. And the last step is evaluation. The curriculum planner must determine that what objectives have been accomplished. To assess the achievements of learning objectives, evaluation procedures need to be designed. The next part is the application of TABA model. First is currently used as basis in most curriculum design. Second is it gives primary consideration in identifying the needs of a student. Third is used as guide in developing objectives. Fourth is considered in selecting instructional materials. Fifth is used as basis in organizing learning experiences. And last is evaluation. The following are the observed strengths of the model in developing the curriculum. First is, it gives the teacher a greater role by not just making them implementers of the curriculum, but also developers. Second is, it follows the inductive method. Third is, it also follows teacher's approach. Fourth is, notes that teachers are aware of the student's need, therefore, they are the one that should develop the curriculum. Fifth is, sees the curriculum as a plan for learning. And last is, it gives importance to objectives in order to establish a sense of purpose in deciding what to include, exclude, and emphasize in the curriculum. Moreover, Hilda Taba, as a curriculum expert, believed that to evolve a theory of curriculum development and a method of thinking about it, one needs to ask what demands and requirements of culture and society both are, both for the present and the future. Curriculum is a way of preparing young people to participate in our culture. And the last part is application of Taba's model in the classroom. The following are the strengths and weaknesses of Taba model when being applied to classroom preparation and teaching. The following are the strengths of using the Taba model in the classroom context. First is, gifted students begin thinking of a concept, then dive deeper into that concept. Second is, focuses on open-ended questions rather than right and wrong questions. Third is, the open-endedness requires more abstract thinking, a benefit to our gifted student. Fourth is, the question and answer lend themselves to rich classroom discussion. And fifth is, easy to assess student learning. However, there are also limitations in the use of the Taba model in the classroom settings. First is, it can be difficult for non-gifted students to grasp. Second is, it is difficult for heterogeneous classroom. And third is, it works well for fiction and non-fiction, may be difficult to easily use in all subjects. In Hilda Taba's model, curriculum defined as the process of selecting, organizing, executing, and evaluating learning experiences on the basis of the needs, abilities, and interests of the learners and the nature of the society or community. Hilda Taba created a multi-purpose teaching model that utilized the use of multiple processes, for example, listing, grouping, regrouping, labeling, and synthesizing.